So we have to see the joins and the subqueries today. Let's say, do you have any customer table here? No. So I'll create a customer table, create table customer. In that I want to insert the values like customer ID will be there, number of 10, customer name is there, varchar of 20, customer contact will be there, contact, number of 10, customer address, varchar of 10 or 20 of 10. So I've created a table of customer and I want to join it with the table of items. So what we have, item ID is there. So ID number of 10 and CID will be there, which is of the customer 10, and say item name is there, that is varchar of 10, item quantity is there, number of 5 or 3, item price is there, number of 5. So we have created these two tables. Now insert the values such that we have few customers which are common here, customer IDs which are common and which are different. And here few customer IDs which are common and different. In that way we have to have this particular rows. So what I can do, insert into customer values, whatever the values are there, I can just directly take it as 101 or 101 is there. Customer name, contact number, some phone number, address, Delhi. One has been created, 101. So 106, John. 104, Shiva. So these three records, I'll just have it inside the customer also, and a few more other records like 102, Mahesh, 109, 107 I'm taking. Is there. So these are the values of the customer. Now I want to insert into the items. What are the items you can say? First, ID. One is the ID. Next, I can say 106. I have the item. So what is it? Item name. Item name is there. So I can just say it as Dell laptop. Quantity 1. Price 34 or 56,000. It's 106 done. And here you can see 4. And I have 101 of 4. 4. 16,000. That's the 101 thing we have done. 101, 106 we have taken, and 109 will take. Titan watch is there, 2 in the quantity. So these are the same IDs we can say. Next, now like 7, 112. Different records I'll take. So what is the next thing you can say? Yeah, I have bat, sports bat is there. 7, 2. 6, I'm taking 118. What I can say, iPhone, 1 in the quantity. So I've taken 2 different values from there. Next we'll take one more thing. 9 I didn't take, right? 9, 115 or 116. Bottle and there. Insert. Select star from customer. Select star from
Item.
items. So I want to know what is the customer name who has brought this item and how much quantity. So only these details I want to know, like customer name and the item name and the quantity. 3 things. If you want to have more, you can have more also. Let's check this thing. So select C dot CID. C is a reference type. Okay, and if you want to have the ID, you can have it here. And I dot ID, comma C dot C name, comma I dot I name, comma I dot I quantity. Okay, uh, these many like I have I dot I price also I'm keeping from customer C inner join I'm using, so the common details will come, and on which particular thing I'm just checking this inner join. First items I on, we need to have a common thing. So I dot CID equal to C dot CID. So these people have taken like John Brown and Sai in this items. So inner join will give the common records. Like here 6 rows are there, here 6 rows are there, but what I'm getting is 3. Because only 3 rows are common here in this thing. That is inner join. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Now, what I have to do, I have full join, like joining all the records. If you want to join two tables entirely, we can have full join. Mostly inner join is used in the industry actually. Left join. So left side table, entire table will come, and right side, whatever the common things are there, it will display. Right join means the right side table will come, and left side, whatever the common things are there, those will be displayed. These are the common things you can see. Right side. Okay. So mostly inner join is important. The main things you can see just shows the extra things also. Left join or the right join kind of a thing. Next, we need to see the subqueries now. So how to have the subqueries? I have already a table known as student. Since student 7 rows are there, we have marks like 670, 653, 302, 602, 879, 900, 202. These are all the particular marks you can say. Now, coming to the highest marks, if you want to have highest marks, we can say select max of S marks from student. So I'm getting the marks, but if I want to have a particular values like whose name, who got this particular S marks, I'm getting error. I cannot have the particular column name beside the group by function, or you can say not group by group functions you can say. So how to solve those things? I know that when I say select max of S marks from student, I'm getting this value. So what I have to do here, select star from student where S marks equal to 900. So I got all the SID, S name, S marks in the section who is having the highest marks. But the thing, I want to have the subqueries. What the subquery is, inside the query I need to write another query, like select star from student, where s marks equal to, instead of 900 I need to write this query. That's the reason it's known as query within a query, subquery. Select max of s marks from student. So what this results? It's nothing but instead of writing the marks directly, I don't know how much is the marks. So we can have this particular subqueries, query within a query, to know the highest marks. This is fine, like we are getting the maximum marks. Now what about having second highest? Like say here 879 is there, right? That's the second highest. Now tell me how to write a query for that. I need to get only the second highest details, not the first highest. So how to write this? Anyone?
We need to write them in order first, then
The question is clear. What's my requirement is?
yeah, we need second highest marks.
Yeah. If I say select max of S marks from student, I'll get the second highest details. First highest details. Now I want second highest details.
No, in a single query, we can use order by and then roll number equal to 2.
But I want only the second highest. So tell me the query, I'll write it. I don't know other records. Only I want the second highest. Suppose if I'm writing where S marks less than, select max of S marks from student. I got the second highest, right? First, here it will say 900. From maximum marks which are less than 900. Then 879 came here. That 879 was there inside this query. The query within a query means if you want a number of queries we can write. Okay? It's up to the requirement how you write these things. Understood?
Yeah.
So usually in Python we don't write the queries. The thing is in Python we just have this particular methods or functions which retrieves the data and all.
So we have some.
Uh, let's just have an introduction with the MySQL also. MySQL is slightly different from Oracle. Here, if I say root, it gives that particular thing. So username is root and the password is root. Oracle trial version sometimes gives the error like network adapter could not establish the connection. So to avoid that, you can use MySQL. Mostly the queries are same, everything is same. Just you need to understand how it access. Like here, you create a separate memory for the tables. In Oracle, directly we can create the tables, but here you need to have separate memory. Create a database, whatever that I want to access it here. So I want to have a Django database. So Django database I have created In this, first we need to use it, Django database. In this, I can create a table. Create table like student I have. So SID int you can see, not number, it's int. And here I can keep auto increment. What auto increment suggests means automatically it will increment the ID. So next thing, I have a particular name varchar of 10 and S marks, that's number of 10, int of 10, not number. I need to have a primary key actually because we need to have auto increment. Yeah, primary key means which column I didn't specify. That's a table creation. So we have auto increment and the primary key should be the SID. Then only the auto increment can be assigned to it or else not. So if you want to check select star from student, I don't have any records, and describe students. So I have 3 columns. Okay. Default value is null, the key is primary key, and the auto increment is there.
Okay, when
And
we
null
give the
is
auto
not.
increment, we must give the primary key also.
Yes, the auto increment must be the primary key.
Okay.
If you're not having the primary key, you got the error, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing we do. Okay. Next, we have to see a particular HTML now. How HTML works, like how to write a small basic thing, application you can say.
So framework.
So what is HTML stands for actually? It's nothing but hypertext markup language, right? That's a HTML thing you can say. Who invented HTML? Tim Berners-Lee. In 1990, he has implemented this particular HTML, you can say. Okay, and here we can create static pages using this HTML. That's the advantage of having this HTML, you can say. We can create static pages. So we have tags. Like, what are the different types of tags? Types of tags. Usually we have container tag. So what container tags consist of? Like say, if I'm having body, it has this body thing. So opening and closing will be available for the tags. So those are known as container tags. Like if I have a table, I have a table again. So these are known as container tags. And we have non-container tags also. Like it is self-closed tags. So how to write this thing? Example, you can say break. BR means break. Directly I can write it. HR, horizontal line. Like some tags which are there, non-container tags you can say. Okay. So how the HTML structure follows? Like first thing, if you want to have, you have a doc type. It's not mandatory, doc type is optional. And if you want to have, first HTML must be there. Open and close the HTML. Then we have the head tag. You can say the header section. Then we have the body tag. It's nothing but the body section. So in this way, I can write that particular things. Okay. And the first thing you need to understand, we can write HTML inside any text editor, like Sublime, Atom, or if you have this Notepad, Notepad++. So whatever the things you want, you can have it. Okay. And here we have tags which contain separate attributes. So what are attributes? How we write them? That we have to see. Or before that, some rules will be there for any language. So what are the rules we have to do? If you are writing a HTML tag attributes, it should be written inside the opening tags only. Okay. So here, whenever I write a tag, like suppose I'm writing body, in that there is a tag known as BG color. So what I want to have, wheat, some color will be coming, right? So this is what you can say attribute. So it's a modifier in the HTML element, you can say, which modifies a particular behavior or adds additional behavior, which consists of the name and the value. Like BG color is the name and the wheat is the value. Okay. And here, if you want, you can have multiple attributes, but at least one space must be there in between the attributes. And we have this particular case sensitive thing. Case insensitive, sorry. Case insensitive in the sense you can have capital or small. It doesn't matter. Okay. And if I say one HTML tag attribute is not supported by other HTML tags. Okay. So next thing. If you see the body attributes, I have text equals to color also, and the background is also there, which is the image source. If you want to have an image source, we can have an image source also. Okay. So in this way, we can write a particular tags. So what are the basic tags we have? First thing, I can say headings. Like I have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, and H6. That's it. It varies in the form of height. Like just open a file. I've written a HTML. I have written a particular body. BG color equals to wheat. Close the HTML part. I want to write some content, like say H1. I'll just write welcome to HTML. The same thing I'm writing 6 times so that what are the different things we have, what are the different size we get, we can understand. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Save this thing. How to save it?
Dot.
On desktop, I'm trying to save. First.html. Okay. So I've saved that HTML file here. First.html. .html is the extension every time you have to use. And the text editor, I can just save this thing. So once we open the browser, we can see different particular sizes. So H1 is the highest size, H2 gradually it reduces the size till H6 is getting very small. Okay, so that's a H1 tags you can see. So we have different tags again. Like suppose font tag will be there. Like if I'm giving a font, that font can have more values. Or if you want to increase the size rather than more H1, I can have this font. So what I'm saying here, font is there, and font size I'm just taking it as 39 or 40. Font size I've taken. I'm just writing welcome to HTML itself. You can just rephrase the things. So what happening? It is giving more size than the H1 tag also. The font can be used to have more size. Okay. And if you have some images, you can use that images also as a part of the things. Like say, I want to have collection. So what I'm doing in D drive, I'm just keeping this particular collection.png, and here also I'm just put this thing. I'm pasting that first.html in the D drive itself. Okay. I can open this with the what happened? Edit with Notepad++. So I have a tag known as img, src I'm saying. So what is it src? In this particular thing itself, it has the image, right? So collection.png, src I have given, okay? And it's an auto close thing, you can save directly. Save this thing. It's not there in this thing. You need to run this part now. You got the image, right? It's a big image. I want to reduce the size. How to reduce the size? If you have the SRC, we can have the height also, and the height will be like 200, suppose, and width also like 400. Save this thing, refresh this part. So we got somewhat small, 400 I'm saying. So you can increase this height and width also in this particular thing. If you want, you can keep a border also. So that's the image, like IMG image, the source. Okay. If it is in that particular directory itself, directly you can give that particular image name. If it is another folder, just folder name slash that particular image that we can see. Okay. So next thing after this, if you have a YouTube link you want to integrate here, so I have this link. Notification, which is, so what I'm trying to do, I want to embed this thing. So when I click on share, for everything you have this embed. Embed consists of this iframe. So iframe is a tag which we can use directly, like copy this iframe and paste it here directly. Okay. So what happens is when I use this iframe, you can see those things got clearly. Like I can have break. If you want, you can have break here. If you want, you can have break here. So it's coming in order. Okay. So if you want to play, you can play in this particular thing itself. Okay. That's the thing we have in the iframe. Understood? So this is iframe for a particular YouTube link. Suppose I have to have a maps. So in Google Maps, what I'll do, I'll just have this Rush Super Specialty Hospital, and I want to share it. When I share, I have embed a map. Embed a map in the sense it will get a iframe. It will create a iframe. Copy the thing. After copying, what I can do, I can have this break. Save this thing. Break only, it will give in the next line. So we got this map, Rush Super Specialty Hospital. Okay. Is it clear, like what different things we are trying to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rohit.
So next things. Among this, we might use few tags, and the most important thing will be the tables and the form tags. So apart from that, we have few things known as also. So here, how to have the list means I'll just remove this all. And if you want to have some list, OL, whatever the tags you open, you can close it directly. And you can have this particular LI. This is ordered list. Like what I want to have, you can say coffee is there. Tea is there. Milk is there. Save this thing and run it again. So you got 1, 2, 3, right? So this is known as what? LI tag, the list inside the ordered list. And the same thing we can have for this particular UL also. UL means unordered list. You're not getting any numbers, you're just getting the symbols directly. Okay? So this is ordered list and unordered list, you can say. And here we have a particular thing known as table now. So how the table thing works. We have table attribute. So inside the table we can have TR. TR indicates the row. Okay? And TD indicates the columns. The column data is represented by the TD. Like I want to have TD. What I'm trying to say, let's say customer name, customer name is there, contact, address. 3 fields are given. Okay, and if you want, you can have TR like TD values, whatever the values you want to have. Like Rahul is there who has this particular thing. Next, WhatsApp contact, you can say that's a contact, address, Delhi. The same way I can have it for again 2 more columns. So here instead of Rahul, I can give other values like Shiva 96184874. So that's a Pune thing we have. And the Mahesh, the same value I'm giving. Mumbai. Kiran. Bihar is there. Save this thing now. Run it. You got this particular table format, right? But there is no lines. So how to have the lines? We have a thing known as border. You can have 1 or 2 value, whatever the thing is there. So those are the borders what we can have. Okay. And if you want to have height and width, let's say height is there 200, width is there some 200. Okay, save this thing and run. It got reduced. Yeah, it got increased, right? Height and the width. It's up to us how much height and how much width you want to give. So it's increasing the width properly. Next, I have a particular thing known as align. So what this align will do, if it's just center, it will bring the table to the center itself. And if you want to have, you can have this particular way. How many breaks you want to use, you can use it directly. Okay, so break again will have this thing. And we have one more thing known as cell padding. I'm just giving it as 20. So what happened? It's increasing the height, right? That's a cell padding, you can see. Here 20, here 20, here 20. Cell spacing in the sense, if I'm just making it as 20, it increases the cell space. Okay? So here the cell space is getting increased. It's always how we want to display them accordingly. We can have the color also. Even if you want to have, we can have the border or the background color also. Border color is there, BG color is there. Suppose BG color, I'm just saying it as white. So what's happening? The wheat thing is there, but it's there inside the white. Okay. So this is nothing but, you can say, form tag. Like how we want to have the values, we can access them directly. Sorry, table tag. And the same table tag can have form tags also inside that, if you want to get this in a particular order. So next thing, now we have to see the form tags, like how form tags access the things. Before that, we have AH reference also. Okay, like if you want to have a particular YouTube link to be accessed, AH reference YouTube H reference tag. Okay, when I click on this YouTube, in the same thing it will come directly. Okay, and we can have one more thing known as, I don't want in the same page, I want target equals to underscore blank. Save this thing. When I click on it, it's going to open in a new page. So instead of opening the YouTube links, we can create HTML pages and we can link those also, like login, registration, all these things also we can open here when I click on it. The H reference is to redirect the pages. one file to another file, you can say directly. Okay. So from this thing, I'll just remove this part. Now we need to have this particular form tag. So how form tag works? Form will be having an action. That's a URL for which file you want to go. There will be a method which is nothing but get and post. So what is get and post we'll see in the programming part. Here form has been given. Okay. So the first thing, form tag has different child elements, like input type equals to text. Name is an attribute which represents the text box. Means in the programming, if I want to retrieve the value from the text box, I need to use this name attribute. And we have a placeholder. What that placeholder is doing? I can just write username. In the text box, it will just have a particular name, placeholder. You got the username, right? If you write something, the placeholder will go. This placeholder to indicate what the text box is doing, what it contains. For that reason, we have this particular text box. And you can have BR to the next line. And we can write here password as the input type so that the username we are displaying, right? Here, whatever I'm typing, it's visible. But whenever I say password, it doesn't visible. Okay? So that's a thing you can say, like input type text and the password. And we have input type equals to different scenarios will be there. Like radio button will be there, text area will be there, multiple options will be there. All these things we can use in the input type. Okay. So we sometimes have this read-only tags. If you just want to have read-only, you can have read-only tags. Like if I just keep radio and name equals to name. So I got this thing. Input type and now if you have again the same thing, if I click on here, it's changing, right? So whatever gender you want to get, you can get it directly. Okay. Instead of radio button, we have checkbox also. Like I'll just give the BR. Let's say input type equals to checkbox and name equals to hobbies. So if you want, you can have multiple things. I got a different checkbox, right? So these are the things. And if you want a button, what I can do, I can use directly input type equals to submit and value equals to register. If you want to register, you can have this register thing. So just what I have to do, the form action is there, and the form action will be having directly different attributes. Suppose I'm just rewriting this inside the center tag. The entire thing comes under the center. Okay. So the register is coming in a single line, right? I'll just have a break. It's coming the next line. If you remove this particular center, just run this thing. Okay. So these are the different form action tags, like form and the attributes. Select box is there, text area is there. I can have a text area and the attribute values, whatever you want. Like consider text area. So columns is there 10 and rows is there. So rows are there, 5 rows I'm giving. Okay, just save this thing and then. So I got this thing right. I'll have break, it's better. And you don't want to have 5 rows, like here I'll just specify 51. So here we are having these things, right? There's 50 columns. Okay. So there's a text area part, you can say. And we have one more thing known as select also. Select name equals to branch. So what is it? Select branch. We have option, we can say CSC. So CSC is there, EC is there, Triple E is there, IT is there, mechanical is there. Save this thing and run. We got this option select box. Which you want to select, you can select it. Okay. And again we can have this break. So you're getting the things which we required for the registration form, right?
Yes.
We can use. Is these things are clear?
Yes, Rohit, yeah, but we have to do some practice.
Yeah, like just the basic practice is required for this. You can refer any website like the W3 schools or anything to have these things. Okay. So that's it for today, and we'll start the Django from tomorrow. Okay.
Thank
You
you.
can share this content.
Yeah, I'll share the content. I already have some notes actually. It's having a brief thing. I just given an outline. So I'll send those notes. Okay.